Ananas, scavengers, pineapple here. Today, we're having another installation of pineapple leaves here. So sorry for being on vacation in December. In case you couldn't tell, I'm not actually that sorry. The story we are reading today is I Had Trouble in Getting to Sollew by Dr. Seuss. You might notice, I like Dr. Seuss. Let's read. I had trouble in getting to Sollew. I had trouble in getting to Sollew by Dr. Seuss. I was real happy and carefree and young, and I lived in a place called the Valley of Bunk. Nothing, not anything, ever went wrong. Till, well, one day I was walking alone, and I guess I got careless. I guess I got gawking at daisies and not looking where I was walking. That's how it started. Shock, what a sock! I stubbed my big toe on a very hard rock. I flew through the air and I went for a sail. I sprayed the main bone in the tip of my tail. I never had ever had troubles before, so I said to myself, I don't want any more. If I watch out for rocks with my eyes straight ahead, I'll keep out of trouble forever, I said. But watching ahead, well, it just didn't work. I was watching those rocks, then I felt a hard jet. Very fresh green-headed Quilligan quail sneaked up from him back and went after my tail, and I learned there are troubles of more than one. Some come from ahead, and some come from behind. So I said to myself, now I'll just have to start to be twice as careful and be twice as smart. I'll watch out for trouble in front and back sections by aiming my eyeballs in different directions. Found this to be quite a difficult stunt, but now I was safe both in back and in front. Then new troubles came from above and below, a scritch at my neck and a skrink at my toe. And now I was really in trouble. The rocks and the quill and the scritch and the skrink. I had so many troubles I just couldn't think. There I was, all completely surrounded by trouble. And a chap rumbled up in a one-wheeler wobble. Young fellow, he said, what has happened to you has happened to me and to other folks too. So I'll tell you what I have decided to do. I am off to the city of Sollew, the banks of the beautiful river Wahoo, where they never have troubles, at least very few. It is not very far. My camel is strong. He'll get us there fast, so hop on, come along. I jumped up behind him, and all through the day the wobble wobbed on in a wobblesome way. The road got more bumpy, more rocky, more tricky, and by midnight my stomach felt icky. And so I said, Mister, please, when do we get to that wonderful town? Aren't we almost there yet? Young fellow, he told me, don't start into stew. At sunrise I'll drive into Sollew. And you'll have no more troubles, I promise I do. But when dawn finally came and the darkness got light, that wonderful city was nowhere in sight. Instead of the city, we ran into trouble. Our camel got sick, and he started to bubble. We had to pull him in the one. So there we were in a dreadful position. Our camel show needed a camel physician. Camels for doctors are not often, especially on mountains. They're far, far between. But we pulled that old wobble and set out to find some doctor while dragging our camel behind. I pulled and pulled, and then the next thing I knew, I was pulling the camel and the wobble chap too. Now really, I thought, this is rather unfair. And he said, don't you, Stu, I am doing my share. This is called teamwork. I furnish the brain. You furnish the muscles, the aches and the pains. I'll pick the best roads. Just tell you just where to go. We'll find a good doctor more quickly, you know. And he sat and he worked with his brain and his tongue, and he bossed me around just because I was young. He told me go left, then he told me go right. That's what he told me all day and all night. Next morning we located Dr. Sam Snell, who knew all about tonsils and camels as well. Our camel, he said, had a bad case of Greeks. Should lie flat in bed for at least 20 weeks. I was tired, how I wanted to crawl in that bed, but the wobble chap sent me away, and he said, your troubles are practically all at an end. Just run down that hill and around the next bend. And you'll come to the Happy Way bus route, my friend. The Happy Way bus leaves at 4:42. We'll take you directly to Sollew, on the banks of the beautiful river Wahoo, where they never have troubles, at least very few. Well, the bus stop was there. That part was just fine. Tacked on a stick was a very small sign saying, notice to all passengers using our line, we are so sorry to say that our driver, Butch Myers, ran over 4 nails and has punctured all tires. So until further notice, the 4:42 cannot possibly take you to Sollew, but I wish you a most pleasant journey by feet. Signed, Bus Line President, Horace P. Sweet. So I went on by feet, thanks to Horace P. Sweet, and that Horace P. Sweet almost ruined my feet. A 100 miles later, my feet were so sore, and wouldn't you know it, it started to pour. It was drenched to the skin when a chap in his slippers passed up, and he yelled, it's the midwinter jicker. Midwinter jicker came early this year, and it's not gonna be very comfy round here. Any fool will get out, so I packed up my things, and I'm off to my granddaddy out in Palm Springs. Take cover, he yelled. Use my house if you wish. The chap in his slippers blished off like a fish. I ran in that house, and I fell asleep. I needed my rest, but I just couldn't sleep. Did you ever sleep when your feet were like ice with a family of owls and a family of mice? Listened all night to the growls and the yowls and the chittering teeth of those mice and those owls. While the midwinter jicker howled horrible howls, and I tossed and I flipped, and I flopped and I flapped, and it was 5:15 when I finally slept. Sorry for talking so fast, that's just what I do. Also, never heard. Then I dreamed I was sleeping on billowy billows of soft silk and satin marshmallow stuffed pillows. I dreamed I was sleeping in Sollew on the banks of the beautiful river Wahoo, where they never have troubles. At least, very few. Then I woke up, and it just wasn't true. I was crashing downhill in a fabulous float, with suds in my eyes and my mouth full of mud, my nose full of water and my ears full of shrieks, and of the owls flying off with the mice on their beaks. And I said to myself, now I really don't see why troubles like this have to happen to me. Floated 12 days without toothpaste or soap, and I practically almost had given up hope when someone up high shouted, "Here, catch the rope!" I knew that my troubles had come to an end. I climbed up the rope, calling, "Thank you, my friend." I got to the cap, but it wasn't a friend. I saw that my troubles were not at an end. Big man on a horse scared me out of my wits. He bellowed, "I'm General Genghis Khan Smith. There's a war going on, and it's time that you move. We land hard in this land has his duty to do. We're marching to battle. We need you, my boy. We're about to attack. We're about to destroy the perilous cruiser of Moose Pass. So get in line. You're a private, first class." Gave me a shooter and one little beat, which was not very much, if you see what I mean. Then he yelled, "Get that cruiser, attack without fear. The glorious moment of victory is near." The glorious general led the advance with the glorious switch of his sword and his lance, glorious clink of his tin-plated pants. Then we went round and found that alas there was more than one cruiser in Moose Pass. Genghis Khan Smith shouted out to his men, "This happens in war every now and again. Sometimes you are winners, sometimes you are losers. We can never win against so many cruisers, so I suggest that it's time to retreat." And the army raced off at its tin-plated feet. There I was with more cruisers than I had ever seen. There I was with my shooter and only one beam. I thought, will I ever get through to the wonderful city of Sollew, the banks of the beautiful river Wahoo, where they never have trouble, at least very few. They had terrible trouble in staying alive. And I saw an old pipe that said vent number 5. Didn't have time to find out what that meant, but the vent had a hole, and the hole's where I went. That vent where I went was some sort of funnel that led me down a bright black tunnel. Traffic down there was a mess, I must say, with billions of birds going all the wrong way, bumping with bikes, and they banged me with dishes I found, and ladders with bottles and fishes. As I skittered in garbage, I fell in a horn, trouble I wish I had never been born. Was down there 3 days, in that bird-filled-up place. At least 8,000 times I fell smack on my face. Injured 3 fingers, both thumbs and both lips. My shin bone, my backbone, my wishbone, and hips. What's more, I was starved. I had nothing to eat. Damp! Was it damp? I grew marsh on my feet. Then, just when I thought I could stand it no more, by chance I discovered a tiny trapdoor. I popped my head out. The great sky was sky blue. I knew from the flowers I'd finally come through to the banks of the beautiful river Wahoo. I couldn't be far now from Sollew. There it was, with its glittering towers in the airs. I'd made it, I'd done it, at last I was there. I knew that I'd left all my troubles behind. The chap at a doorway that shimmered and shined waved me a wave that was friendly and kind. "Welcome," he said as he gave me his hand. "Welcome, my son, to this beautiful land. Welcome to sweet sunny Sollew, where we never have troubles, at least very few. As a matter of fact, we have only just one. Imagine just one little trouble, my son. This one little trouble, as you will now see, is this one little trouble I have with this key. There's only one door into Sollew, and we have a key-slapping slipper, we do. This troublesome slipper moved into my door 2 weeks Tuesday, at a 3:45. And since then I can't open this door anymore. I can't kill the slipper. It's very bad luck to kill any slipper, and that's why we're stuck, and why no one gets in, and the town's gone to pot. It's a terrible state of affairs, is it not? So, said the doorman of Sollew, my job at the door here is finished. I'm through. See what I have decided to do. I'm leaving Sollew, the banks of the beautiful river Wahoo, where we never have troubles, at least very few. And I'm off to the city of Bol on the banks of the Beautiful river will roar, where I never have troubles, no troubles at all. Come along with me, he said as he ran. You'll never have any more troubles, young man. I have no more troubles. That's what the man said. So I started to go, but I didn't. Instead, I did some quick thinking inside of my head. Then I started back home to the Valley of Bone. I know I'll have troubles. I'll maybe get stung. I'll always have troubles. I'll maybe get bit by that green-headed quill, the place where I've seen. But I brought a big bat. I'm already here, see? Now my troubles are going to have troubles with me. The end. I love that final line. Let's see where this takes me next. Alright, see you next time, scavengers.